Well, where do you want to start as we begin a Friday edition of the Bruce Hooley Show? We can start locally or we can start nationally with the idiocy of the Democratic Party. If you are unable to provide adequately for yourself in Columbus, you may be eligible for $500 free uh, with no obligation to spend it on rent or to spend it on food or gas or anything else. You can spend it on weed. You can gamble it away. No restriction at all. What could go wrong? Now, in the Harris campaign, I presume no one dares ask that question because every single day, it seems like Kamala Harris, in her effort to succeed Joe Biden as president of the United States, is undone not only by her own empty-headed nonsense, but by those around her. First, Joe Biden the other day, when Joe Biden called all of Donald Trump's supporters garbage. No, there was no apostrophe in his statement. And you know that because of what Joe Biden said after the disputed apostrophe or not portion of his slur toward Trump supporters. But yesterday, Kamala's surrogate, Mark Cuban, who, of course, is stupid because he's a University of Indiana graduate, a school that, well, I'll just say this, a school whose basketball program I loathe. But Mark Cuban decided yesterday that in a campaign that has its only chance of winning because of a mammoth gender gap where women support Harris in vastly larger numbers than men. Mark Cuban, who wants Harris to win, who's endorsed Harris, who can't say enough bad things about Trump. Mark Cuban decided he would take a blowtorch to women who support Donald Trump, which I wonder how much this resonates among women who support Kamala Harris.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women ever. It's just that simple. Now, there are very few things in life that are that simple, Mark. Where do I begin? Donald Trump's wife, Melania, speaks, and I researched this yesterday. I thought 4 languages fluently. I'm wrong. There's a debate out there online as to whether Melania Trump speaks 5 or 6 languages fluently. I think you got to be intelligent to do that. Kellyanne Conway ran Donald Trump's campaign in 2016. Donald Trump is endorsed by Kim Reynolds, the governor of Iowa, by Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the governor of Arkansas. I mean, I understand why Cuban would be confused that somebody could ascend to the position of being a governor or U.S. senator and be female and not be smart or intelligent. I understand why Mark Cuban thinks that because, of course, Mark Cuban's idea of a smart, intelligent female is Kamala Harris, right? Like Mark Cuban thinks Kamala Harris, he must think Kamala Harris is smart and intelligent. He's shilling for her anytime he can. So that's Cuban's idea of a smart, intelligent woman. I wonder how many of the entrepreneurs that Mark Cuban has invested in on Shark Tank, am I to presume that none of them support Donald Trump? I mean, is that even possible that none of them who Cuban has helped build their businesses, not a single one of them is a Trump supporter? Because if they are, they're not smart and they're not intelligent. Yet at one time they must have been, or Cuban would not have risked his own money investing in their businesses. The reaction to this online was, of course, swift and loud. Here is, well, where do we start? Let's go to Riley Gaines, who has a message for Mark Cuban.
All right, let's just unpack this really quick. Just in the past week alone, Trump supporters have been called Nazis by virtually every media outlet. We have been called garbage by the sitting United States president. And now Mark Cuban has come out and said there is no such thing as a strong, intelligent female supporter of Donald Trump because they don't exist. Respectfully, Mark Cuban, you would not know a strong, intelligent female if she slapped you across the face. So if you are a healthcare provider, if you are a school teacher, if you are a U.S. military member and you're a woman and a Trump supporter, then to Mark Cuban, you are stupid and weak. If this woman right here, Tulsi Gabbard, a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army, if this is not a strong, intelligent woman, then what is? Actually, I already know Mark Cuban's answer. This is who Mark Cuban believes to be a strong, intelligent woman.
Now, right there, she shows on screen a picture of Richard Levine. You will not find Richard Levine on any government website. You will, however, find Richard Levine's alter ego, Rachel Levine, the first female four-star admiral, except Rachel Levine is not a female. Rachel Levine is a biological man who looks every bit like an ugly, fat biological man in every photograph you've ever seen of Rachel Levine, who has a mental illness. Otherwise, Rachel Levine would know that he's living a fantasy and is instead actually Richard Levine. Now, Sage Steele, ESPN, she's had interactions with Mark Cuban in the past. She's not happy about what he said about her being a Trump supporter and being apparently weak and stupid.
You never see Donald Trump around strong, intelligent women. That's the quote, Mark Cuban. I gotta say, I have known you and respected you and loved you for a really long time and have watched every single one of the comments you've made over the last several months. And I don't agree with them, but I respect them. And what you just said there is disrespectful and it crosses the line. How about Tulsi Gabbard? Let me ask you about Tulsi, your friend Tulsi, right? At the end of the day, if she had not left the Democratic Party, I bet that you would think that she's strong and intelligent. Because she crossed the line, she's not. Maybe more importantly, how about personally? We know each other. You and I sat next to each other. Remember at the IU basketball game when Bob Knight came back 4.5 years ago? Me and my daughter for a couple of hours, and you sat and you talked to, forget about me, how about my young daughter, who I think is intelligent, who looked up to you? How about your own daughters? What if someday they decide to think differently than you with their politics? Are they not strong and unintelligent? What is that? You talk about not being divisive, and look at what you're doing. Shocking, because I thought I knew who you were in your heart and your core. I know you're a damn good businessman, and this is just stupid. I don't get it, Mark. Not okay.
No, you get it. He, like Kamala Harris, like Joe Biden, like virtually every Democrat, hates you. Trump has said for a long time, they come after me because they hate you. And he's not wrong. He was not wrong when he said it in 2016. He was not wrong when he said it when he ran in 2020. And he hasn't really said it this time around, but it's 100% true. The Democrats cannot win an intellectual debate. And so they just resort to name calling. They will not sit for an intellectual debate. J.D. Vance was on the Joe Rogan podcast yesterday. Donald Trump was on the Joe Rogan podcast a week ago. Kamala Harris will not go on the Joe Rogan podcast because she will not sit for a 3-hour interview because she's incapable of having a conversation that is anything but vapid and stupid. She has to speak on teleprompter. Yesterday, Kamala Harris was on the campaign trail and the teleprompter broke. The teleprompter broke. Now, you can't see the hand motions, but just listen to this and I may stop it and tell you what's going on.
Says, you know what? Let me say something about this. We're here because we're fighting for a democracy.
Now, right about here, the teleprompter breaks, or maybe it broke beforehand, but the crowd is cheering and she realizes, uh-oh, I got no backup here.
For a democracy. And understand the difference here. Understand the difference here.
Repeating everything over again because there's no teleprompter.
Understand the difference are looking at is a difference in this election. Let's move forward and see where we are. Because on the issue, for example, of freedom of choice.
Now, this is where the protesters break in, but she kept saying, let's move forward, let's move forward. And she's taking her hand and she's like rolling her hand forward, signaling to whoever's running the teleprompter, hey, advance the teleprompter. I don't know what to say next. Bail me out here. Help a sister out. She is incapable, unqualified, empty-headed.
Mostly sunny, cooler, less humid afternoon. The high today 58. Clear tonight, low 36. And then sunny clouds tomorrow, the high 62. Cloudy with a couple of showers on Sunday. High Sunday at 67. Clouds, then a brightening sky. Warmer Monday, the high 74. On Tuesday, election day, variable cloudiness. Maybe a shower in the afternoon. Breezy, warm. The high on Tuesday at 75. I'm Steve Williams on 98.9 FM. The Answer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-885-3333. That's 800-885-3333. 800-885-3333.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Life takes a toll on our bodies. No way around it. Whether it's sitting hours on end at your computer or working a physical job, over time your body pays the price. There is, however, an effective way to turn back the clock on pain, Relief Factor. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. The difference? Instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good, and it's 100% drug-free. If the pains that come with living a full life are affecting you, do as so many others have. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is just $19.95, less than $1 a day. When you feel good, it's amazing how much more you get out of life. So visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Try it for only $19.95. While we can't stop aging, we can stop pain. Turn back the clock with Relief Factor.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Why not? What's up? Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids, where families find answers.
If you have any desire at all to redo your flooring in advance of the holidays, I would love the opportunity to help you out. Go to brucehooley.com. There is a tab in the upper right-hand corner of the page that says flooring. Click on that, and I will be happy to come to your home, measure your space, tell you what we have available, and you will find it is the exact same name brands that you find in any big box store. Now, there's some things that we don't have, like multi-level layers of management, like fancy wrapped vehicles, like high rent locations whose cost is then passed on to you. We don't have any of that. But if you're interested in saving money, if you're interested in getting your product installed faster, the exact same product, and you're interested in doing business with a company that employs its own installers who are fantastic and conscientious, well then, a trip to brucehooley.com and a click on flooring may be exactly what you're looking for. brucehooley.com, click flooring in the upper right-hand corner of the page. So Mark Cuban is trying to clean up after his ridiculous comment yesterday, where he said that not only are you garbage if you support Donald Trump, but if you are a woman, you are weak and stupid. Now, this seems like a vast generalization, given the fact that, I watch Fox and Harris Faulkner seems smart to me. Kayleigh McEnany seems smart to me. I don't think she's weak. She's got little kids. She's working a full-time gig at Fox. Governors, senators on the Republican side of the aisle seem to be, a fair amount of females among them, and seem to be, those females are not weak and not stupid. But here's what Mark Cuban said, just in case you missed it. Oh, sorry, I didn't have sound up. Oh, one more time. Hold on, Cuban. One more time. I had sound down. I don't know how that happened, but we'll play it again for you just so you can hear exactly what he said.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
It's just that simple. Well, it must not have been that simple, because later in the day, Cuban issued a statement. Isn't it funny how they always apologize in a statement? They can never just come out on camera. Joe Biden on the garbage comment about Trump supporters. Yesterday, Karine Jean-Pierre said that, he really wanted us to issue a statement on his behalf. Was it just less than 2 weeks ago? Joe Biden showed up in the White House press room, upstaging Kamala Harris in Michigan at the exact same time. Coincidence or not? If Joe Biden really wanted to clarify, why didn't he come to the White House press room yesterday and clarify himself? But they can never do that. They can never apologize. Like Joe Biden, he could come out and go, you know what? I got caught up in the rhetoric. I misspoke. I want to apologize. That's how you apologize. You actually have to say, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I apologize. That's how you apologize. It's not how Biden apologized. It's not how Mark Cuban apologized. Here's Cuban's non-apology. Let's clarify something. This is what I said during a conversation about why Nikki Haley was not active in his campaign. Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women ever. It's just that simple. They're intimidating to him. He doesn't like to be challenged by them. And Nikki Haley will call him on this nonsense with reproductive rights and how he sees and treats and talks about women. I mean, he just can't have her around. It wouldn't work. I'm happy to clarify that, one, I know many strong, intelligent women voting for Trump, including in my extended family. I'm certainly not saying female voters are not smart, strong, and intelligent. That's sure how it sounded. Number two, this is Cuban's statement. I know he has worked with strong, intelligent women like Elaine Chao, Kellyanne Conway, Ivanka, and many others. I stand by my opinion that he does not like being challenged publicly. That's not what you said. That is not what you said. One more time. Did he say anything in here about not being challenged publicly?
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
You never see him around strong, intelligent women. There is no apology there from Cuban. He will not apologize. And when someone says something vile and nasty, and they tell you they're going to apologize and then they don't apologize, you are left with no other option than to believe that they said what they really meant, that they absolutely positively meant every single word that they said. So, what kind of an impact will this have? I don't know. A lot of Democrats share Cuban's opinion, not just of women, but of men, that you have to be stupid in order to vote for Donald Trump. Is that true? Or could it be that you just don't like paying high prices for groceries? That you don't like the way the Biden administration has slow-walked military aid to Ukraine or even spent money on Ukraine? Regardless of your position on the Ukraine-Russia war, you can be someone who thinks that we should be all in with Ukraine. Have we been? No. Is the war, by the way, I think the war started 3 years ago this week. 3 years ago this week. The Ukrainians have asked for, how many different times have they asked for certain military weapons from the Biden administration and they're told, no, you can't have them. And then months later, when the impact of sending them is far less than it would have been had they been sent when they were requested, the Biden administration relents and, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do that now. Maybe you just are opposed to that. Maybe you don't find that to be a logical, smart position. Maybe you don't like domestic energy prices being heightened by the fact that you killed the Keystone XL pipeline. Maybe you don't like immigration in a situation where we have millions and millions. We don't even know how many million. We don't even know how many million illegal aliens coming into the country. Are you allowed to ask questions about these kinds of things? Are you allowed to vote for not just an imaginary, what will it be like under Donald Trump? I don't like Biden. I'm envisioning what it could be under Trump. Or are you allowed to vote for what you remember about Donald Trump's time in office? Does that make you stupid? Does that make you weak? Does that make you garbage? See, the Democrat position is that Trump is evil, therefore everyone who supports Trump is evil. I've said this from the stage at the Talkers Tour. I've said it on this show. When this whole nomination process started, I don't think I said this from the stage at the Talkers Tour. I'd have gotten booed out of the place. But when this whole thing started, I just said, don't run the quarterback the other team wants you to play. But Donald Trump is in position to win this election because, and only because, people respond to his message because he genuinely projects that he cares about them because they have a recollection of the fact that his policies proved to be better for them than the Biden policies that have been enacted over the last 4 years. It doesn't make you stupid. It doesn't make you weak to want to embrace those policies, to want to revisit those policies, to have those policies reinstituted. It doesn't make you stupid or weak. I would argue it makes you stupid, maybe not weak, but stupid, hard-headed, intractable, blind. If you think that Kamala Harris is going to fix problems she's had a hand in creating, when she has shown no propensity to articulate how she's going to differ from Joe Biden on policy or why her policies will work. So this is more of the same. Disparage the opponent. Vote for us because we're not them, rather than vote for us. We have a better way forward.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. Last month's hiring numbers are like something out of the depths of the COVID pandemic. Just 12,000 jobs created last month, and some previous months' numbers revised lower. Allegations of a White House cover-up surrounding President Biden's libel of Trump supporters as garbage. The White House allegedly pressured stenographers to alter their transcript of the president's remarks. Campaigning for Kamala Harris in Michigan, former President Clinton admitted the economy was better under Donald Trump than under Biden-Harris. 2 people killed, 6 others wounded. An early morning shooting in downtown Orlando, Florida. And a 17-year-old suspect is under arrest. The rally rolls on Wall Street. The Dow is up 558 points, gain of more than 1%. The NASDAQ, 264 points higher. More details at srnnews.com.
Hey folks, Donald Trump Jr. here. Let me ask you this. Does inflation feel worse than we're being told in the news? That's because the official inflation rate doesn't tell the whole story. Since January of 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back. But what you can do is stop your losses today. How? By diversifying your savings into a gold IRA from my friends at the Birch Gold Group. When you're done, your money will be parked in a tangible asset with proven history. To see how it works, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word PREPARE to 989898. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust. They provide an easy process to roll over your 401k or IRA into gold without losing your tax advantage status. So text PREPARE to 989898. That's PREPARE to the number 989898 to get your free info kit on gold.
News, opinion, passion. Here, 98.9 FM, The Answer. Anywhere you go with The Answer's mobile app at 989theanswer.com. Also on your smart speakers, TuneIn or iHeart.
Pain is no fun. It's also needless. Or it could be. You won't know until you take advantage of the free consultation at QC Kinetics. Their clinics in Dublin and Gahanna, convenient no matter where you live in Central Ohio, offer you a free, listen, no obligation consultation so you can find out more about advanced regenerative therapy. That sounds fancy, Bruce. Can you explain it? Yeah, I can. It's non-surgical, first of all. That's good. Second of all, takes advantage of your body's natural healing agents. Your blood has something in it called platelets. That's what causes your finger to heal when you cut it, or your ankle to heal when you sprain it. You don't always need surgery. You just need more platelets in the affected area. You've been told you're bone on bone and the arthritis pain can't go away unless you take medicine or have surgery. You might not actually be in that situation. You won't know. So you consult with QC Kinetics. Free consultation, 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Katahdin, 100,000 acres of wilderness.
We're gonna hike then?
You're almost men now.
From Sylvester Stallone in Blue Fox Entertainment.
Oh,
man.
God, slow down. We want to be men. We're going to the top. We're going.
A family searches for their son lost in the wilderness.
I always told him, when things get tough, press on.
The true inspirational story, Lost on a Mountain in Maine. Now playing in theaters. Tickets at lostonamountainинmainemovie.com.
Today's America is full of bloviating pundits who speak with emotion. That's why you need to listen to The Larry Elder Show. Larry is a lawyer, writer, and media personality who speaks truth with facts. The Larry Elder Show, weekday evenings from 8 to 11 on 98.9 FM. The Answer.
Well, if you like saving money, I might be able to give you a tip, and that is the Discount Shopping Club at 989theanswer.com. Now, you can get a Temperature Pro Goodman 3-ton air conditioner and furnace for half off. It is typically $8,000. Serves a home that's 2,200 to 2,600 square feet. On sale now in the Discount Shopping Club for less than $4,000. How do you find the Discount Shopping Club? Well, you go to 989theanswer.com and you click on the More tab, and then you click on, guess what? Discount Shopping Club. What's in there? Well, there's a Pioneer tiller if you want to work that ground and get your garden ready for wintertime and make it easier. A stump grinder, a Phoenix grill, 10 personal training sessions, gift certificates, discounts on tuition to Ohio Christian University, a Brunswick Henderson pool table. Look at this. Half price. Discount Shopping Club, 989theanswer.com. Hey, you know, some of those deals in the Discount Shopping Club might be vanishing because 200 qualifying households in the city of Columbus are going to be flush with $500 more per month than they are right now. The city of Columbus, pending approval by City Council, and since City Council President Shannon Hardin calls this money giveaway, what was the Dire Straits line? Money for nothing and chicks for free. I'm not sure you get chicks for free, but you get money for nothing. And you don't even get the good guitar riff from Mark Knopfler. Shannon Hardin calls this program a game changer. Well, yeah, probably will be a game changer in the waste, fraud, and abuse category. This is a cash payment program which will not restrict in any way how the people who receive the $500 from the city of Columbus spend the money. I can just see people who own marijuana dispensaries around town rubbing their palms together gleefully at this very minute. Or people who run the casinos saying, watch the slot business go up. The city will give 200 qualifying households $500 per month for 2 years. And they will distribute the $2.5 million pot that this will cost you, the taxpayer of the city of Columbus, through 6 local nonprofits. Now, this is a festival of wokeness. Listen to the names applied to this. They're calling it the Economic Mobility Accelerator Program. The Economic Mobility Accelerator Program. How do you qualify? You must have an income more than the federal poverty level, but less than the median income in Central Ohio. So if you are single, you'd have to make more than 15 grand, but less than $30,000 annually. Now, do you have to do anything besides fit in that economic window to qualify? Yeah, you have to participate in and graduate from one of the 6 programs around job training, career services, or wealth building to stay eligible. There are parts of this program that I think are good. Call me skeptical that they're going to take attendance. Call me skeptical that they're not going to grade like that story I told you the other day in Today and Crazy, where Lakewood City Schools in Cleveland are adopting equity grading. Equity grading is, let me see if I remember some of this. No homework, essentially no grades, no discipline for not turning in. Well, I guess there's no homework, so there's nothing to turn in. But if are you telling me that if somebody in the city of Columbus fits into the parameters for this program, which will be trumpeted with great fanfare by city council? I mean, already Shannon Hardin, the council president, calls it a game changer, right? So you know he's all in on this. Are they going to say 2 years down the road, we look back on our money for nothing, no chicks for free, our money for nothing boondoggle, and we found that when people don't really have to do anything to get the money, the program really doesn't inspire them to invest deeply, either psychologically, emotionally, physically, however. They're all fired up about building affordable housing in this city. I'm sure you're familiar with the concept of projects. I'm not meaning like the Intel project that's going under and is likely never to happen. I'm talking about the projects in American cities, which become laden with crime and drugs and prostitution and all that. Why is that? Why is that? Because there's no pride of ownership. There's no pride of ownership. When you don't do anything in order to get something, you view it like it's worth nothing. So are you telling me that somebody's going to get this money in this program, and then the city's going to be hard on them and make them graduate, stringently hold them to account for attending these classes, and then later on say, you know, we tried this program and we found that only 30% of the people came in and fulfilled the mission? No, because the city, meaning the taxpayers, meaning you, would howl, you wasted our money on this program. They don't want that. They don't want that. They established this program with parameters that, even though they may have the best of intentions, and I'll submit that, you know, providing training, career services, and how to build wealth is great. You should do that. But I'm just very skeptical that they're going to administer this in a way that could lead to demonstrable facts that the program was a failure. Because who will it land on? It'll land on them if it fails. So I don't believe in this. I don't believe you should get stuff for free. I believe you should have to work for it. And I certainly believe that the cash should not be unrestricted, quote from the Dispatch, because the city recognizes people's needs are different. The story says some might spend it on rent or childcare or food. And I'm saying some will spend it on weed or gambling or things that are even worse. Shannon Harden says, we're giving Columbus residents a crucial stepping stone from simply getting by to truly thriving. And then our non-compass mentis mayor says, far too many households are just a flat tire away from financial distress. Ultimately, this financial assistance is meant to dismantle barriers to upward mobility. Dismantle barriers to upward mobility. See, I told you it was a festival of wokeness. They're also going to give each participant a $500 savings account through the Financial Empowerment Center. It's going to be administered, they say, through 6 local nonprofits. Okay, let's take a look at some of these nonprofits. Alvis EDGE. EDGE is in all caps, which means it's an acronym for something. What is it an acronym for? Empowering development by gaining employment. Okay. This is for, and I quote, Columbus citizens involved in the criminal justice system. What do you think that means? Involved in the criminal justice system. Yeah, that's what I think it means too. They've violated the law, and they're in some degree of difficulty because they violated the law. Columbus Urban League's Career Connect Hub provides wraparound education. Any idea what that means? Nope, me neither. And financial literacy services for ALICE. ALICE is also in caps. What do you think ALICE stands for? Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. Asset limited, poor, income constrained, poor, employed households. Working poor. Why can't they say working poor? Why can't they just say for the working poor? Then we'd know what you're talking about. And you know what? You'd probably raise more money. If you say, we minister to asset limited, income constrained, employed households. Nobody knows what that means. Of course, I guess I would like transparency in government, and that's definitely not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. So $500 free if you make not quite enough, but don't make too much. You can spend it on whatever you want. And you may have to attend a class or two, but my guess is if you say, busy, my car broke down, and I'm a flat tire away from, financial peril. I can't make the class tonight. You think they're going to say, oh, sorry, you fail. I'm going to take $500 away. Again, call me skeptical. And maybe I just have a warped view of humanity, but I don't think so. A couple of years ago, I was affiliated with a nonprofit, and they offered free counseling to anyone. Free counseling to anyone who was going through a sudden grief experience in their life. You know what they found? When they offered free counseling, people would make appointments and they would not show up. And when they started charging $10 for the counseling, $10, their attendance at these free, essentially, counseling sessions went up because people finally had skin in the game.
Mostly sunny, cooler, and a humid afternoon. The high today 58. Clear tonight, low 36, and then sunny clouds tomorrow. The high 62. Cloudy with a couple of showers on Sunday. High Sunday at 67. Clouds, then a brightening sky. Warmer Monday. The high 74. On Tuesday, election day, variable cloudiness, maybe a shower in the afternoon. Breezy warm. The high on Tuesday at 75. I'm Steve Williams on 98.9 FM. The Answer.
Hey, folks, Donald.
do that because Dave McCormick must be the senator from the state of Pennsylvania. What we're talking.
You will destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with your host Rick Hughes every Sunday morning at 8 here on 98.9 FM The Answer. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Join us every Sunday for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 8, right here on 98.9 FM The Answer.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Hi, I'm Paul George with Keller Williams Greater Columbus Realty, host of the Paul George Real Estate Show, broadcasting every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on 98.9 The Answer. Using over 30 years of trust.
For just over 1 week until
involving local real estate market, provide you with current trends, and bring industry experts who will share their wisdom on the art of buying and selling homes. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on 98.9 FM The Answer.
If your home's heating and air conditioning system is on its last leg, don't wait for cold weather to catch you off guard. Get a complete home furnace and air conditioner from Temperature Pro for just $39.99 through the Discount Shopping Club. The regular price is almost $8,000. Temperature Pro is a leader in both commercial and residential HVAC services. And now you can own one for half price. Find this great deal today in the Discount Shopping Club at 989theanswer.com.
Use my promo code Bruce at mypillow.com and you will save money. The prices on Queen and King pillows have been lowered one more time. They were $25 for a little while, and I thought you missed your opportunity to get one for under $20. Turns out I was wrong. They are now under $20 once again. And so go to mypillow.com, plug in my promo code Bruce, and you will save. Now, you also will get savings on other items. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, the standard MyPillow is under $15. If you're not sleeping well, if your head is in need of being reinforced in the middle of the night, you got to wake up, you got to fluff that pillow, you got to flip it over, and you're wondering, could there be anything in my pillow that, might not be good for me? Like, some kind of virus from when I was sick before or whatever. Like maybe you should get a pillow that you can wash dry and it'll never go flat. That's on my pillow. Savings on other products as well. You won't know how much you'll save or what's available until you go to mypillow.com and plug in my promo code Bruce. Hey, I don't know if you spent yesterday on Twitter at all in the afternoon, but if you didn't, if you were getting busy and ready for the kiddos coming to your door on Halloween, you might have missed a tweet from your completely irrelevant governor, Mike DeWine. What did Mike DeWine tweet yesterday? Well, he tweeted the obligatory Happy Halloween tweet. And then he tweeted from his official account. He didn't tweet it. Some woke staffer did. Fran and I wish you a safe and prosperous Diwali. Shub Diwali. He had an option yesterday, DeWine did. He could be out in Ohio campaigning against issue 1. He could be out in Ohio stumping for Bernie Moreno or for Donald Trump or for Republican Supreme Court justices. And instead, our completely irrelevant, utter failure of a governor, Mike DeWine, is busying himself through, no doubt, surrogates, wishing you a happy Diwali. Now you might say, what is Diwali? Diwali is a Hindu festival of lights. Okay? So this is not an anti-Hindu rant on my part. This is an anti-DeWine rant on my part. So here's what Mike DeWine should do. He should congratulate and award the only person in his administration who was more irrelevant than him, and that would be the person who said, hey, Governor, how about if I tweet about Diwali on your behalf? How about if I tweet about Halloween on your behalf? He should award that person, DeWine should, with a dozen of Fran's freshly baked cookies. And then DeWine should go back to being completely and utterly irrelevant because, of course, he has no interest in doing what an effective governor, a consequential governor, a difference-making governor would do, because Mike DeWine, sadly, shares only the title of governor with people like Greg Abbott, Glenn Youngkin, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kim Reynolds, Ron DeSantis, or other governors. Man, is this guy such an utter failure. You know, Mike DeWine, will it surprise any of you if Mike DeWine becomes John Kasich in retirement? If Mike DeWine in the future is like John Kasich, completely estranged from the Republican Party, it will not surprise me at all. And when people become estranged from the Republican Party, Liz Cheney, Adam Kitzinger, Nicole Wallace, Alyssa Farah Griffin on The View, when they leave the Republican Party, I think it must be a requirement. In order to leave the Republican Party, many of them say, well, I'm leaving because, I have an open mind. And I can't really argue with that, because so many of them, when they leave, it becomes very apparent that their mind is so open, their brains have fallen out. Case in point, here's a clip I somehow missed from earlier in the week. I wanted to share it with you. It is from Nicole Wallace, who used to work in the White House, in a Republican White House. But here's Nicole Wallace on MSNBC with a dire warning for all you women out there. Well, maybe not all of you, not the stupid weak ones that Mark Cuban disparaged yesterday, who support Donald Trump. Here's Nicole Wallace with a warning to apparently Democratic women.
With just over 1 week until Election Day, former First Lady Michelle Obama isn't messing around anymore. Because with women's reproductive health care and freedoms hanging in the balance next Tuesday, the stakes literally are life and death for every woman.
Literally? Literally.
Hyperbole. It's not an exaggeration.
Not hyperbole.
It's what happens next week.
Literally life and death. Literally life and death. Does she know what literally means? The stakes could not be higher. They're hanging in the balance. Wait, I got to hear this again. You got to hear it again, just to understand that I'm right when I say, in order to leave the Republican Party and become a Democrat, you have to have an open mind, which means your brains have fallen out.
Health care and freedoms hanging in the balance next Tuesday. The stakes literally are life and death for every woman in America.
Literally life and death for every woman in America. She didn't differentiate. She didn't say just for Democratic women. So ladies, I hope I'm sitting here a week from today, not talking about a consequence of a Donald Trump victory being that every woman in America, in the aftermath of Trump being declared the winner and 47th president of the United States, that every woman in the world died. Because my wife and my 3 daughters will be gone, right? Everybody, I mean, wow. One more time, Nicole, and just to make sure I didn't miss it, just to make sure I'm not misappropriating it.
The stakes literally are life and death for every woman in America. It's not hyperbole. It's not an exaggeration.
Okay, not hyperbole, not an exaggeration. I'm really glad about that. What is an exaggeration, of course, is the White House's portrayal of Joe Biden's comment the other day on a Zoom call trying to induce Hispanic support in the upcoming election, where Joe Biden said, and I quote, "The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters, his demonization of Latinos is unconscionable and it's un-American." Now, the official White House transcript of this, where Joe Biden is calling Donald Trump supporters garbage, was changed to insert an apostrophe, which makes it appear that Joe Biden was talking about the comedian who uttered the stupid, unfunny joke about the island of Puerto Rico, not the people of Puerto Rico, the island of Puerto Rico being an island of floating garbage in the Atlantic Ocean. You know that Joe Biden did not mean the comedian because of what I just read you on the back end of the sentence where he disparaged Trump supporters as garbage. Let me read it to you again. The only garbage I see out there is his supporters, his demonization of Latinos is unconscionable, and it's un-American. He jumped from, if you put an apostrophe in there, which it's not there, they invented it, and the official, like the National Archives people and the people who do the transcription of Biden's press conferences are really steamed about this, and they're complaining, filed a complaint. If you jump from, and the only way you can do this is if the apostrophe is actually what Biden meant. Are you telling me Joe Biden is intimately familiar with the comedian Tony Hinchcliffe's previous comments about Hispanics? Are you telling me, is Joe Biden like the biggest Tony Hinchcliffe fan in the world, that he knows everything Tony Hinchcliffe has ever said about Hispanics? The only garbage I see out there is his, if you believe the White House, his, meaning Tony Hinchcliffe's, demonization of Latinos is unconscionable and it's un-American. Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is yet another example of how dishonest, which is to say, what unrepentant serial liars, not just Joe Biden is. We've known that for a long time. He's been a serial braggart ever since his 4-decade career in the U.S. Senate. But everybody who works for him, Karine Jean-Pierre, Kamala Harris, Jen O'Malley-Dillon, Jennifer Granholm, Chuck Schumer, all of them, they're incapable of telling the truth.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust.
All right, that'll do it. You want to watch the second hour of the show, you can do so in the Bruce Hooley Show Facebook page or the 989 Answer 989 Answer Facebook page. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you have a great weekend. Say that. Take care.